Hello everybody and welcome to Haus. I'm Rob, and today we're going to be taking a look at some more news, leaks, and rumors that are coming out about our beloved Pokemon franchise. There are a lot of new things, including a Nintendo Direct that's scheduled for the day after this is recorded. We also have leaks about the Mega Pokemon that we talked about yesterday, so make sure you go back and check that one out. If you want to hear a little bit more, we're going to go through it today as well. And then we have some news on the Professor that is expected to be in Pokemon Legends ZA. So I'm going to ask that you guys like if you enjoyed this video, find it to be informative, or you like just hearing me talk about Pokemon. That's always, very much appreciated. Also, make sure to subscribe so you're not missing out on any Pokemon related content. We have it coming out nearly every single day here at Haus. Let me know in the comments section below, well, who you think the new Professor is going to be in Pokemon Legends ZA. Oops, that's a little bit of a spoiler, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's dive in here. There's a Nintendo Direct scheduled for tomorrow, March 27th. It's going to be in the morning. I believe it's going to be 10 a.m. for people like me on the East Coast. They're saying it's going to be about 30 minutes for upcoming games on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this does not signify that there's going to be anything for Pokemon. Obviously, we just had a Pokemon Presents, very recently at the end of February, about a month ago, where we got more, information on Pokemon Legends ZA. I will say that I feel like there's a chance that we are going to get new information in tomorrow's Direct. I wouldn't say it's a high chance. I would put it at maybe 25-30%, just because there have been rumors that there's going to be another trailer coming out for Pokemon here soon, and now would seem like a good time if, they're trying to get more people hyped to still buy games for the Nintendo Switch. We have not gotten any confirmation necessarily, although it seems likely that Pokemon Legends Arceus, Legends ZA is going to be on the Nintendo Switch too, unless if I missed something out there, but, it does not feel as though we are going to be missing out for those of us, because I'm definitely going to be getting a Nintendo Switch too. I'm sure a lot of other people will be as well, and we're going to want to play Legends ZA. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a specific game, like cartridge, right, that'll be separate for the Nintendo Switch 2. I just think it may play the game better. It may just, give us, I don't know, better settings, whatever you would like to call it. But because we know for sure that Legends ZA will be on the original Nintendo Switch, there's a chance that we'll get something coming out tomorrow. It could also explain why we've been getting so many leaks and rumors. So I don't know, you guys will have to let me know on this one, but I do think that there's a chance, and I'm really interested to see kind of what all is going to be happening with that. As a reminder as well, April 2nd, which will be, about a week from the recording of this, maybe. Yeah, I think it's exactly a week from today. We will be getting more information on the Nintendo Switch 2. So I don't think we'll get anything for Pokemon from that. But if you're also a fan like I am of Nintendo games, then that's when we should be getting that. But I think this one has the best chance for Pokemon. Moving on. We have more leaks. This is generally considered to be pretty close to, the expected megas. I have seen Xerneas and Yveltal getting left off. I guess I can kind of pull this up more. I have seen them getting left off, at least for a few people. Even right here, it's saying that they're not going to be on. The rest of these Pokemon will be, it seems like. Floette getting a Mega is interesting. I don't know why they wouldn't just give one to Florges. I've seen it go back and forth between it being, this AZ Floette or being Florges. I think it's more likely to be Florges, but who knows? Maybe they have like a very special Mega evolution for Floette, for AZ, specifically. So maybe it's going to be kind of like a legendary type Pokemon. It already kind of is, so not a big surprise there. But we do have, the 6 starters, the 3 for the for Legends ZA, and then the 3 for the Kalos region, Zeraora, Zygarde. Wow, totally forgot what that Pokemon was, which is interesting. I've seen the arguments as well, like this is its 50% form. Why, if it already has 100% form, wouldn't it be getting a Mega form for that? It's possible that it will be. I don't think, you know, obviously this is a leak slash a rumor, so I think closer to a rumor right now than it is an actual leak. Although, I don't know, I keep going back and forth on that because there are a lot of leakers posting about this, so it seems very likely. And I've even seen somebody say that there could be more than 27. These are just the ones that were seen in like a pre-version, excuse me, of the game. So, you know, they could have taken some out, put some back in. I'm very intrigued by some of these options here. You can even see there's an update on Starmie specifically from Centro is that, you know, Starmie's still going to be water psychic, according to, I guess, somebody on 4chan. Mega Chestnut's going to wear a crown and gain some additionally orange elements into shields, which I don't mind that. Delphox stands on her broom and hovers, which is kind of meh, but maybe it'll be cool. And then Greninja hangs upside down from a huge shuriken. Its color becomes darker. Oh, by the way, yeah, Starmie's legs become longer so it can run around. There's a picture of this on Twitter somewhere around there where you can see like they just basically stretched it out and allow it to run. So it's going to kind of look like Sandy, whatever it's called. Oh gosh, from Scarlet and Violet, right? So I don't know. We'll have to see on that one, but that is what it is. But the big one, the big news here that we're going to be talking about, although, again, Mega's big news, no doubt about it, but we already talked about that one. The big one here is that, so considering we could potentially be getting official news tomorrow, this is another reason why I think, you know, we may be getting stuff with the Nintendo Direct. Here's an exclusive gift from the Centro League people. The professor for Pokemon Legends ZA is not Sycamore, but it is a returning character from X and Y who becomes the new professor. So, that's pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. I did not have that on my list of possibilities, to be honest with you. I think that there's a lot for us to kind of go through with this. Obviously, not having Sycamore there doesn't mean that he's not going to be in the game. It's just that he's not going to be the main professor. I have to imagine that Sycamore is going to be in there somewhere. It would be surprising to me. What I thought I would do is I came up with a list of potential options. If you guys would like a bigger breakdown of this in a separate video, hopefully before this gets announced. If it does get announced tomorrow, then I guess I'll be more kind of describing it to you guys as I thought about it today. But I'll still give you guys some thoughts on who I think are the potential options, because I went through the X and Y characters and I came up with a list of technically 5, but there are 9 options. So we'll just start here with Team Flare. Sorry, while this loads, give me a second here. We have Brioni, Aliana, Mabel, Celosia, and Xerosic. So I was trying to think, like, you know, who could it be? And then I remembered that Team Flare has scientists, and these are the 5 kind of main, you know, extra bad guys besides Lysander in Team Flare. I don't remember anything happening to them necessarily. You know, Team Flare has broken up, and maybe, you know, the Quasartico group has, you know, kind of, they were once Team Flare, but now they're not, and they've installed one of these, you know, 5 as the new professor. This was kind of a theory that I had, one that I thought would be interesting. I would say, now I'm going to give you guys these options in, I guess, the order that I think they are most, or are, you know, least to most likely to happen. And these 5 I think are least likely, but they would be really interesting if they decided to give one of the 5 of them a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more character, and allow them to be like, hey, like, no, I'm actually a good guy now. Like, I've changed my ways. I've taken over as, you know, the new professor for the region, and I promise, like, I'm not going to cause any more issues. And then maybe they're actually bad, or maybe they're actually good and they're double agenting Quasartico, because I'm still like almost 100% sure that they're going to be the quote-unquote bad guys. So these were just some interesting options that I thought, if I had to pick 1 or 2 of them, I guess maybe I would probably pick ones that were actually in the anime. So one of these 3, it looks like, were in the anime. So maybe all of them were, but I don't know. I'm not going to pick one. I don't really remember them all that well, but one of the 5 of them could make sense. The next option I have here is Grace, our mom from the original game. And Look, the only reason I think that she could be is because I do think that she's going to be in the game somewhere. Where, I'm not exactly sure. How, I'm not exactly sure. There are theories, I would call them for sure, that the main characters in the game are actually the kids of Grace and Sycamore getting married, and maybe that's why Sycamore's not the professor. Maybe she's taken over. I doubt that being the case, and it would be interesting because then you'd be the brother or sister to, Serena or Callum, I think it is. Yeah, Callum. I really don't think that this is going to be the case, but hey, it could be. So, I would probably give like Team Flare like a 1% chance. I would say that Grace being the professor is maybe a 2% chance. I think these next three options are a lot more likely, to be honest with you, as different characters. That you could say Serena or Calum, but I just don't see that happening, to be honest with you. I think Grace would be a little bit more likely, or the mother in Pokemon X and Y, and they give her name from the X and Y series. So here we go. Here's the first of the three real options that I think is most likely, and I think it's Trevor. Of the friends you get, there are a couple of them, right? I think that Trevor is one that is potentially the most, I would say likely, mostly just because he seems to have a lot of information. He seems to be a little bit more on the, again, quote unquote, nerdy side, right? He's even the one that gives you the Pokédex from Professor Sycamore. And so because of that specifically, I thought, all right, well, if that's the case and he's, aiming to be the one to collect data for the Pokédex, he would seem to have the most likely chance, right, to be your, or to be the new professor. He has an interest already in that. His, completing his Pokédex, giving you the Pokédex, he seems more likely to want to know more and have a deeper knowledge of Pokemon. I still don't know that he's definitely, it's the two other choices I think are a little bit more likely. I will say the second choice I think is only barely more likely than Trevor. You could flip-flop them, and I would be okay with it, but I do think that Trevor, if it was going to be one of the three friends, or four if you want to count Callum / Serena, if they were to be picked, and I think they will be in the game, they're going to be older, right? It's guaranteed that we're at least like a decade plus past X and Y, which would make him old enough to be a professor and be one of the youngest professors, maybe in the Pokemon series. So I think that would be really cool. I would love to see one of them make it, and I think Trevor has the best chance. I found another guy, Cassius, who works as a computer technician and is representing Bill in the series. He is the one that makes sure that you can use the PC, and the only reason that I think he might be a little bit more likely than Trevor is because if they were to really surprise us and pull out a just completely unexpected, underused character that had a slightly significant role in the series just out of left field, this feels like he would be the guy, right? Again, if he's being asked by Bill to be the one who, takes care of the Pokemon storage system, he's kind of got that desire, that professorship type, feel to him, in terms of his, mental, and then, he could, I guess, make his way into, deciding to go more towards being a professor instead of being a computer technician. So this one feels like a bigger stretch, I'm sure, to a lot of you. That's why I said you could flip him back and forth between Trevor. But the fact that he's got his, he is a named character. He does have that relation to Bill. He does, help you, with the PC system at the beginning of the game. That's really all that Bill does, and everybody loves Bill. Bill's such a big character. So if Bill can be such a big character because of, creating the PC system, then why can't Cassius, who's, being the one who's running it here, and Kalos, and finding his way into the game as our new professor. All that to be said, there is one character that I feel has the best chance, that is almost a guarantee in my mind, and that's Clement. How could it not be Clement? He is, not only, a guy who's focused on knowledge, right, and tech and all these other things, but he's also the gym leader of Lumio City, and it seems like they're using his gym, or at least the tower, for something very different. And it would make sense if Clement was a major character in this. Not only is he one of, Ash's companions, but like I said, you do see him, in the X and Y games, and I just feel like this would make the most sense. He's so intelligent. He cares a lot about his Pokemon. Yes, it would be very different, I would say, for them to go, from being a gym leader to a professor. But if anybody could do it, it would be Clement. And I wonder if he would still, favor electric type Pokemon, or if he would favor technology, and how he would sort of be, maybe focused on how technology works with Pokemon as a professor. But this guy just seems to be the one that I feel like would make the most sense. So you guys will have to let me know what you think, like I said, in the comment section below. I guess I ended up just giving you my entire thoughts on each of these options, so you don't need another video. We'll see maybe if we get to see Clement in the next trailer, or whoever it's going to be that's going to be the professor. If I miss somebody, let me know. I'm more than happy to consider them. But that is going to wrap it up for us on this video. I hope you guys are excited for more information for Pokemon to be coming out here, I think relatively soon. I know we still have 6+ months to wait for the actual game to come out, as of, again, the recording of this. But I'm very intrigued to see who this professor is going to be, and I'm interested to see if you guys have any theories that I may have missed. But yeah, like I said, that's going to wrap it up for us. So with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.